Okay, so business is on board. You know, they're overwhelmed with the many tools, the many possibilities. They can go in a lot of different directions. They're really trying to work on engagement. What is the, one or two most important things you would say to them to make sure you're doing this and this, or definitely doing this when you're up and getting started? A thought, your sense of that?
Like Mike said, pictures are huge, and also Google connected pictures with hashtags. So Google knows already now what's in your pictures. They can analyze them. So if you have a picture of the Eiffel Tower, Google will know that and connect it to a hashtag, and you can start building your own graphic or visual database of stuff that's relating to you that Google serves to other people who are interested in the same content. So if you are posting a picture of a cupcake, and someone is looking for food, Google might suggest that because of the way they're connecting hashtags. So definitely use hashtags and use images.
By the way, as a side issue, I said a lot of people they will take images from an article and they'll give credit to the article. This is an image from Time Magazine. I'm using it in my post. Of course, I didn't ask permission from Time Magazine, and they link back to Time. And what do you think is the rule for businesses on that? Is it okay to take a photo from someplace?
I know Mike is doing it, so Mike, go for it.
Well, it's an open question and it's a controversial question, and I think the answer is different for businesses than it is for individuals. In general, if I link to a story and I use the picture that's on that story, I won't attribute it to that story. I'm already linking to the story. I'm summarizing the story, and I'm essentially doing a thumbnail. I'm doing essentially what Google does in search or news or whatever. If you go to Google News and you search for some topic, they'll show you little thumbnails from stories, and I believe that's a fair use. If anybody complains, which I've never heard a complaint, then I'll do something different and so on. If on the other hand I use a picture that's not related to what I'm linking to, I'll attribute it if it's somebody's picture. If it's in the public domain for some reason, then I'll use that. However, having said all that, I think it's really a good idea. It's a really, really good idea for businesses to use their own photography, use their own illustrations and images, because there's no substitute for originality. The last thing you want to do, the worst thing you could possibly do, is use stock photography. It's better to have no photography than stock photography. Stock photography kills a post because it's just so phony.
It looks
and nobody wants to see that, and it just looks horrible. You want to take your own pictures. They don't have to be the greatest pictures in the world. It's more important that they're original and that they're true to the content and the intent of your post than that they're these beautiful, perfect pictures. And so that's something that people need to get their heads around. And it's not that hard to take good pictures these days. If you've got a business, there's probably something you can take pictures of, and you can take pictures of people. You can take pictures of customers. You can do photography yourself, but you want original content, and photography is a great place to do that.
Yifat, I think I interrupted you with the whole photo issue. You were talking about a couple of really important things to do. You mentioned images, something else. Oh, hashtags. Okay, definitely hashtags. And
what's interesting about hashtags is that people are very big on tweet chat. It's like this biggest thing, and everybody's like getting there for like an hour or so, and companies are sponsoring it, and that's only on Twitter. Hashtags are all over the web if you use them in Google+. You can use them in YouTube and everything, and you can create your own hashtag and create your own little campaign, and you'll be found everywhere, not just in a tweet chat once a week. So there's so many ways to engage people, and actually take it even further. Now you have Hangouts on your phone in a chat format. You can chat with your customers. You can have events where they upload pictures to an event from your restaurant and talk about you and share that and have a little contest between them. They can do their own powwow video hangout chat about your business and come up with ideas. There's so many ways that you can lead your customers and share them and have, celebrate them rather than just talk about yourself. And that's where the mind shift comes in, from the marketing world to the conversation world.
When you're talking about your hashtags, are you choosing them from a list somewhere that you think is hot, or are you're making them up on your own based on where your business is at?
You can do both. So if I'm
starting, where do you find the hot list?
writing search. So when you can start typing a hashtag, like you could say hashtag marketing, and you'll see all the hashtags that are coming up with it in the post, or you can start put a hashtag and start typing letters, and Google will suggest them to you like they do in search.
Okay. Mike, a couple of very important things to do if a business is getting started. They only have resources, say, one or two things. What's very important?
Well, it's the most important thing is to be in tune with users on Google+. That means that it's very difficult to automate. It's not about just pushing things out there. It's about going in and engaging with, you don't want to post things and then have people talking about your post and then have nobody from the company interacting. The more you interact, the more comments you'll get in the future. So you really, there's absolutely no substitute for really, really using the platform completely. And not only just on your own stream. You want to go out. The search tools on Google+ are fantastic. So if you're in some business, obviously you're going to be specializing in something. It doesn't matter if it's insurance or whether you're doing catering or whatever the business is, or whether you're a Fortune 500 company. It doesn't matter. You go into Google+ every day and you search and you find people discussing your area of your company, and you go in as a user, as a friendly, knowledgeable user. You answer people's questions. You engage with people. It's a beautiful opportunity. So let's say, for example, you make something. You're a manufacturer and you make scuba diving masks or something like that. You go in there and there are thousands of people right now on Google+ talking about scuba masks. Which one should I buy? Here's the one that I like. They're having these conversations right now. So you want to go in there and be in that conversation, answer people's questions. Get to know people. That's the other thing about Google+ that's really interesting, is that the relationships you build are real relationships. They're not like these distant relationships. You actually get to know people and become friends.
But the
Yifat and I, for example, are friends through Google+. We never would have met if we had followed each other on Facebook or Twitter. We wouldn't really know each other that well. But right now, we've actually established a friendship, and you can do that as a brand. You can go and be friends with your customers, and gradually they will make it to your site, follow you, it becomes sticky, and so on. So the summary of that, the elevator pitch of that, is just there's no substitute for actual, real, authentic engagement.